Cleveland didn't disappoint. Monday night, the Clippers hosted the Thunder. 5 lead changes, as you just saw, in the last 48 seconds. Advantage KD. Kevin Durant hit the game winner in a 1-point thriller at the Staples Center. But after the heartbreaker, DeAndre Jordan was able to rebound, hitting up the club, not with his team, but OKC's squad. According to a video from TMZ, DeAndre Durant, Russell Westbrook, and some other OKC players went out in Hollywood. Skip.
Molly.
Do you have a problem with this?
Molly, Shannon Sharp, I cannot tell you how disgusting I find this.
Why?
It just makes me sick. I'm old school on this. I'm going to guess you're pretty old school on this. But especially during the season, your friends on the other team are nothing but your enemies. And especially after Russell Westbrook has hit a big late 3 in your building, and especially after Kevin Durant has hit the game winner in your building, and your Clippers have fallen to 16-13 at Staples at the hands of these Oklahoma City Thunder, you do not meet those two at the club. Henry's in Hollywood.
You love Henry's.
Henry's in Hollywood. You know, for all of TMZ to see. And I'm going to remind both of you, last summer, all of DeAndre's teammates, or all the important ones, flew to Houston, Texas to re-recruit DeAndre away from the Dallas Mavericks. And they should have left his behind in Dallas. That's what they should have done, because he got 4 years, guaranteed $87 million. I know once upon a time you deserve that kind of money. 4 years, $87 million. That's $22 guaranteed million a year for 4 years. It's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. I mean that's beyond NFL quarterback money, right? Mm-hmm. And to do that right now, you are 4th in the NBA in free throws attempted. You are 45th in free throws made. Do the math on that. 4th in attempts, 45th in free throws made. So you are making a guaranteed $87 million right now over 4 years to make 39% of your free throws and to become the biggest free throw liability in the NBA. You were the reason that your team lost last Friday night against my Spurs in San Antonio, because Pop said, as he got desperate late third quarter, you know what? I got to do it. I hate it, but I got to do it. I'm going to foul that guy, and I'm going to foul him until he can't see straight, because he couldn't see straight because he could barely see the rim. He's going to make 39% of those attempts, and my Spurs climbed right back in the game and slowly pulled away. This is the man who went out to party with his rivals, who just beat his behind on his home court. He showed you exactly what he is and what he is not, which is why I said last summer, I think it was your first show with us in L.A. at the ESPYs. I said that day, I don't have much use for him. He's not worth nearly this much money, and this is yet another smaller reason why he's not worth it.
I don't begrudge any player making the amount of money, because you're only worth what they're willing to pay you. Mm-hmm. He's making that money as the 3rd best player on his own team. It's a different time now, Skip. I am old school. It's a different time now. There was a time when that was frowned upon. That was unheard of. But now these guys play AAU ball. They've known each other since they were 10 years old. The problem that I have is that when you go out to a club, and we know how fans are, they live and die. It's almost like they're playing the game. You get a Clippers fan that's in there, a couple Clipper fans that's in the game, and they say, well, if you weren't in the club, you should be practicing your free throws. DeAndre Jordan's going to get upset probably. It's just the look that it portrays. I get it. The game's over. There's nothing else you can do about it. But just the look that it presents. I've had friends that I played against, and football is different because, you know, once the game over, Skip, you shower, you do your interviews, and you get on the plane, you go back home. I guess in basketball, you linger around and you can go out, and then they travel to the next city that night, later in the night, or the next day. I get that. But that's not the look that I want to project. You're not, after you just beat me, we're not friends. We're not going to the club together. No. I get it. I get it. It's a different time now. But I think there's something to be said that I feel some type of way that you beat me, and now I can put that past these two guys. These are the main 2 reasons that we lost this game. One hit a big 3 and the other hit a clutch jumper at the end. And now you're going to think we're going to be homies? No, we can be homies in the off season. We can go to pool party, we can go to Henry's or whatever the name of the club was. We can go clubbing all we want to.
I love Henry's. I hang out at Henry's.
You do? Oh, I'm definitely going to be there then.
But during the course of the season,
you got it.
We're not going to be friends.
Timeout. It's regular season, though, guys. It's not the playoffs. It's the regular season. It's a long NBA season.
Does it count?
Yes,
it counts. Could it put you down the seeding bracket at the end? It
gives you a better chance of not facing San Antonio and Golden State in the first round and go at home, as opposed to possibly winning a first-round matchup and seeing them in the second round. Because you're going home either way. It's either the first or the second round. But it's just the look that it gives. I'm a little disappointed we lost, but not so much that I'm not willing to be able to go hang out with Russ and Durant. That's not.
Remember, think about the reality of the situation. This is going to require this rendezvous. It's going to require. Well, think about
coordination.
It's going to have to be coordinated. So it's going to require that you're going to meet in the hallway between the two locker rooms, and you're going to check signals. Say, where do you want to go? I'll meet you. What time are you going to be there? Or you're going to have to text with each other. Right. Hey, meet me at I know a good. Let's go to Henry's, because the Thunder's. They're not going to know for sure. They're not going to know. Let's go to Henry. So I assume that the party planner would have to be DeAndre here. Am I right about that? He's the party planner. Am I right about that?
But it's just a look, because like I said, here you are shooting 39% of your free throws. People are fouling you. I saw one game he went 12 of 34. I think that was the most attempted free throws since Wilt Chamberlain. And you hit 12 of those. and you got time to, look, you can't work on your game 24/7. But I just think the look that it gives, that hanging out with with these guys after they beat you, I just don't like the appearance of it.
Listen, these contracts are so guaranteed as opposed to NFL contracts that, to your point, his mentality is your mentality. He's thinking, it's just it's our, what would it be, 29th game of the year? Who cares? We got a long ways to go. I don't care. He's golden, man. He's going to get $87 million over the next 4 years. Do you think he really sweats losing one game at Staples on game 29? He doesn't.
And probably, Skip, because we play 16 games, they play 82, so that's like 5 games to them. Baseball, that's like 10 games to them. Every game to us is so important. All of a sudden, a game here or a game there, and you're out of the playoffs. A game here or a game there, probably not going to have an impact on the, say, basketball or baseball schedule. But just the appearance of, I'm hanging out with 2 guys that my team lost to, and these 2 guys are the main reasons that we lost. I'm not walking into a club with you. I'm not walking to sit down to dinner with you. In the offseason, once it's all over, I got no problem. If you want to meet in the Bahamas or Jamaica or wherever.
Or if DeAndre says, come to my crib after the game, I'm okay with that. I'm better with that. At least don't do it public. Don't shame your fans in public when it gets on TMZ. Is that fair? Come on.
I tell you, one of my best friends, Ray Lewis, I had gone back to Denver. You know what he did? He had somebody prepare a meal for me and my teammates. He didn't show up. He had a meal prepared. We went by, got what we wanted, got on the bus, and left.
Wow.
I would like to think that Ray and I's friendship is a little different than probably DeAndre's, Russ, and Durant.
I would hope so.
But that's the way we handled it.
No, I got it.
Hall of Fame friendship.
And that was the day of the game?
That was after the game. After the game.
After the game.
He paid for someone to cater us a meal. For all the team. And we went by under the tent, got what we wanted, got on the bus. But Ray Lewis didn't show up.
Who won? Do you remember?
They won.
Of course you remember.
They won.
So you guys aren't going to be texting later? You're not going to Cadillac Ranch in Bristol to meet up? Because you're kind of against each other.
We're frenemies.
Oh, okay. So you can relate to it.
I'm meeting up with Delta.
I got you. Holiday week, we appreciate you making time. All right, up next, the Panthers are undefeated and atop the NFC. We got another Russell to get into. Russell Wilson